not an industrial application robot, but the control mechanism, whatever we are designing in the software part, that will be same for a small robot or any kind of big robot. Just we have to that whatever code we have written it, that code we have to deploy it on the hardware, and motor driver will be get changed. So that depend upon robot loading capacity and their control mechanism. So over there, this one is a motor driver that we are going to use it. So that is standard motor driver for a small tires, small motor. If we have to integrate like heavy robot, we have to make it for like some disinfection applications or some AGV application like automated guided vehicles. So for that, we can use a heavy motor driver, but the configuration will be always similar and similar kind of things. So after that, these are basic things that we have to do it. Then if we have to interface some sensors, so there is one sensor shield that we are going to use it. So over there, many sensor is being get integrated, like LDR sensor is there, potentiometer is also there, then DST11 sensor is there, two push button is there, and two LEDs over there, RGB LED is there, buzzer is there, IR sensor is there, temperature sensor is there. So many sensor is over there, so we can directly deploy that shield for interfacing any sensor with the microcontroller. So that we are going to do it. Then after that, we are going to do one more application of real-time appliance control at our home. If we want to control it, so for that what we can do it, we can use relay module over there. So this one is one more circuit board that we are going to use it. Over there relay is mounted, and Arduino we are going to use it, and using Bluetooth we are going to control home appliance in a real-time hardware. So that also we are going to do it. So these are few basic setup that we can use it. So I'm just going to introduce you few more tools. With the help of that, you can design robot easily without having any prior knowledge of coding. So that we are going to discuss. So let's get started. So previously we have discussed about Tinkercad, and over there we have discussed about motor driver module. So that motor driver circuit and all the logic we can make it on the Tinkercad, and after that that whatever code we are going to make it over there, that we can deploy it on the hardware. So coming back to the Tinkercad, so like this one we have made one project. So I'm just going to start with a very simple project, that how we can deploy that project on the hardware, that we are going to discuss. So let's start new project. So over there we are going to take simple Arduino board, and one or two LED we can connect it over there, and we can write code for simple LED. So I'm just going to connect LED directly and going to check it out my code over here, and then I will deploy it on the hardware. So go to the code and let me replace this pin number. In replacement of 13, I'm going to connect it with the 12 number pin, and after that you can write your customized code. Output, take this block, select pin number 12, and then after that delay, then high and low, that we can do it. Then you can directly duplicate using right click or doing fast coding over here, and you can make it low. So high and low, and the pin number should be same. So this one is a code of LED on off, that you can see it. LED is turning on and off. Then after that, if you want to deploy that code on the hardware, how you can deploy it, that is very important, that we are going to discuss over here. So let's see how you can deploy it on the hardware, in real-time hardware. For that, what we are going to do, we are going in a block plus text. So this one is our code. So this one code I'm going to copy it. So copy this code, and after that you have to open Arduino software. So Arduino software, you can use it in a two mode. One is the online mode and second is offline mode. So both mode you can use it over there for Arduino software. So what we are going to do it, we are going to use first of all online mode over here. Let's see how we can use it. So for that I'm going to open Arduino website. So when we have to deploy any code in the Arduino, we need a software, Arduino software, or we have to use some advanced software like MATLAB and LabVIEW. That also I will share with you later on. So over there you will find option of software. Click on the software. Then there over there you will find few options. So first one option is Arduino web editor online mode, code online. So without downloading any software you can use it. Otherwise you can download offline also. There is a option of downloading Arduino software in offline mode, that also you can download it. I'm going to use it in a online mode. Let's see how it is working. So over there you have to create your account. So I'm just going to do sign up over there. So after doing sign in this Arduino website, you will able to use Arduino software in an online mode. After doing this, Arduino software is being get open. Arduino IDE, we can call it integrated development environment, that is get open. So over there you can delete previous code and you can paste your code. So whatever code you have copied it from previous, you can paste it. This one is my code that I just copied from the Tinkercad, and that code I'm going to paste it over here. So I copied code from over here, this code, and that code I have pasted in Arduino software in online mode. So after doing this, we have to shift to the hardware. In the hardware, what we have to do it, we have to open that specific let me share with you. So over there in the hardware you will be able to see it. So if you are able to see the camera, so over there you can see that Arduino we are going to use it, that is Arduino board we are going to use it. And then after that what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect second end of that USB with my computer. So as I will connect it, so power will be on in my Arduino board. So that is LED over there, green LED at the end, that is indicating power over there. So after that, what we have to do, we have to go to the coding part again. Over here, now I just connected my Arduino board. And as I will connect my Arduino board, the port should be visible over there automatically if my Arduino board is connected properly. So right now there is no port is not visible. So the COM port, you can select it, select COM port board. So these are different boards over there. So we have to select Arduino Uno. Arduino Uno board, we have to select this one. And port is not visible right now over there. So what we have to do, we have to check it out. Yes, now it is showing that now linked to Arduino Uno. Sketch is linked to Arduino Uno, but port is still not visible. So we have to check it out that any device is connected or not. So go to the device manager. So device manager, we have to use it for checking out that Arduino board is connected or not. So it's showing that COM port Arduino is connected with COM76, but it is showing not showing over there. Okay, let me connect it again. So I think their plugin is being uninstalled, that's why it is not connecting. So when we are going to connect it, it shows the COM port automatically over there, and we can upload code directly from the cloud. So right now their plugin is not available, so we have to install those plugins. Let me go to over there, getting started. So this one agent, we have to install it over there. Wait for a second, I'm just going to install it. Yes. So that plugin will connect Arduino hardware with the cloud version of Arduino software. So over there I have installed, unable to install plugin. So we have to install that plugin first. Go back over there and go to the plugin. Forum virtual tour. So there is one option to download over here, that plugin. Let me check it out. It is not clearly visible over there. Yes, download the agent. So this one agent we are going to download it, and after that we are going to run it. So these are the steps we have to follow it over here. Download for Windows 64-bit, and we have to install this agent. So this agent is required to integrate Arduino hardware with Arduino software. So right now we are using Arduino software in a cloud version. So over there it is required. If you are going to use Arduino software in an offline mode, then it is not required. So let me install it. So that is done. So installation part is done. So first step is that we have to install it. Then after that, next step, installing agent. So that we did it. Go to the web editor. Go to web editor. So that is recently we have opened that web editor. Same editor we have to open it, and over there we will able to integrate Arduino. Now it is showing that Arduino has been connected. So Arduino has been connected now. So over there what we have to do it, we have to write code again, or if we have already previously opened that, yes, over there we have to paste that code again. This one is my code, and now you can see COM port visible. This one is very important part when we are going to connect it with the hardware. So this COM port should be visible over there. So now what we are going to do it, we are going to start uploading it, or you can verify your code also. And meanwhile let me connect any LED also over there. So I'm going to connect one LED on the 12 number pin, so that you can see the output should be same that was visible over there. So one LED I'm going to connect it. So that LED we have connected it over there, and now what we have to do it, we have to upload the code. So we have written code for 12 number and LED. So that code we did in written in graphical way. So now that code we have to upload it. So uploading is going on. Now uploading is, I think, done. So let me see why it is not visible. Still uploading is going on. Let it get complete, and after that We are going to check it out. Might be there is connectivity, so let me connect it again. So I'm just showing you for right now the little bit that is complex method. Then after that I will share with you easy method also. So with the help of that you can do it easily. That uploading part you can do it very easily. So code is still uploading over there. That is free version. You no need to pay anything for that. So that is also free version. You can use it. So it's showing some error over there. COM76 Arduino Uno. Let me upload it again. So still over there some error is coming. Let me connect it again. There is some connectivity issue, I think. Sometimes port is not connected properly, so that error used to occur. So now COM port is coming. Let me upload it again. Now uploading is done. So uploading is done. Now I'm going to connect LED also over there on my pin number over there that I'm using, that is 12 number pin. So I have written code for 12 number pin. So I'm going to connect LED on the 12 number pin. Let me connect it with the 12 number pin LED. Yes. So now if you are able to see in the camera, you can see it over here. So the LED is blinking on the hardware. Whatever code we have written it on the software, on the Tinkercad, we have verified on the Tinkercad. Same code we have deployed over there in the hardware. But from the Tinkercad directly we cannot deploy it. For that, what we have to use it, we have to use different software. But from the Tinkercad we can generate that code. So code we can generate it from the Tinkercad. After that we can deploy it on the hardware. So the code we have generated it over here. So if we are going to modify over here like delay, that is 0.3 second. Let me do it 0.3 second. So the code we have modified it. So this one code again you can copy it and you can go to Arduino software and you can paste it over there and you can upload it. So as we are going to upload this code, so that code will work fine over there in the hardware. So again we have uploaded code. So now you will be able to see on the hardware LED is running with a faster rate. In that way you can do it easily. So that is one part of doing using Arduino software in a cloud version. Second option is that you can use Arduino software in offline mode also. For that you have to download that Arduino from that Arduino website. That is freely you can download it. So after downloading that Arduino, we have to move ahead. So for that over here, I'm going to open new window of Arduino software. This one is the Arduino software. So in this Arduino software, like earlier we have used Arduino IDE in a cloud version. This one you can use it offline without internet. So over there, whatever code you have copied it from the Tinkercad, directly I'm going to paste it and we have to select port. Port should be COM76, that is Arduino Uno COM port. Then we can upload it. So same code we are going to deploy it on the hardware. So as my code will be get uploaded, you will able to see status at the bottom. Now compiling the code, it will upload code. Now uploading it, uploading done. So after uploading the code, you will able to see on the hardware the same code is running over there. If any modification we are doing in the coding, so that we can change it over here, or we can change in the Tinkercad, and same code we can deploy it over here. So like if any modification we are doing it over here, like pin number changing or delay or whatever things we are going to do it, that is the process. With the help of that you can do it. But real time, if you want to control hardware using this Tinkercad, some participants were asking in previous session that you cannot do it, but only the simulation part you can do it over here using this one. So now if you want to control a robot, so what how you can do it? So you need a hardware. So whatever code you are going to make it over here, so I'm just going to share with you one code. So one code mean one circuit that I'm just going to share with you, that is motor driver circuit, so that you can get familiar about it, that how it is working, but how you can control motor and how you can deploy your logic. So that I'm just going to share with you. So this one is a logic of motor driver. Like when we have to control a motor in a robot, so how logic is working. So for that we have to make a motor driver. In a motor driver, circuit will work like this. In this way, circuit is working in a motor driver. So in a motor driver, what we have to do it when we are going to use motor driver. So over there is 4 transistors being deployed over there, and it will work like this. So if we are going to give logic over here 0 and 1 on this side, motor will go clockwise and anti-clockwise. So in a robot, commonly we are going to use for 2 motors we are going to control it. So this one circuit is for one motor. Same way we are going to give high and low logic from microcontroller, and we will able to control motor. So this one motor driver is important. Why it is important? Because the code we are going to use it, that is from microcontroller, and on that coding part the logic we are getting it, that is very 0 to 5 volt logic only, and the current is very less over there from the Arduino. So we cannot run motor directly from the Arduino. For that we need some external battery. So external battery we are going to deploy it over here, and we can just give control signal from the Arduino, and motor will be able to powered using external power supply, and control algorithm will come from the microcontroller. So this one is a motor driver that is commonly being used. The name of that motor driver is L293. So that is motor driver that is commonly used over there. So in this motor driver, when we are going to use it, so 2 motor we can mount it, and 4 control signal is required for 2 motors. You can see it RA2, RA3, RA0, RA1. These are control signal that we have to provide it to the motors to control their logic. So now moving ahead with it. So these are the logic of driving a motor. Like if we want to move any robot forward, reverse, backward, so what are the condition and algorithm we have to write it. So if we are going to make a robot and we want to control it using MATLAB and LabVIEW, so all the logic will be same. That is universal logic that will work with the 2 motors when we are going to control, or when we are going to power any any mobile robot. So that logic will work over there. So over there you will get like move forward, move backward, turn right, turn left, turn clockwise, turn anti-clockwise. So like move forward, move backward. So when we want to move forward, so what action we have to take it? So right hand side motor should be move clockwise, and left hand side motor should be rotate in an anti-clockwise direction. Then robot will go forward. And what should be the condition of pins? Like 4 pins we have to, 4 pins, 4 signal we have to provide it from the microcontroller. So these are the pins over there that we have to use it. So over there you can go with the pin 2, pin 7, any pin you can use it. So logic should be low, high, high, low. So for logic previously we have seen like 1, 2, 3 4 like 0 1 2 3. These logic we have to provide it from the Arduino. 4 pin we have to connect with the Arduino, then we will able to use it. So after that, for moving backward, the logic we have to invert it. High and low high we have to replace with high low, and high low we have to replace with low high. Both logic we have to invert it. And then later on, over there you can see in turn right. In turn right, one motor should be stop and second motor should be rotate in a that left hand side motor should be rotate in a anti-clockwise directions. Then after that, when we are going to turn left, so clockwise rotation of one motor and second motor should be stopped. So if we want to take any 360 turn, so what we have to do, so this one motor should be run clockwise and another motor should be run anti-clockwise, or another motor also we can rotate it in a clockwise directions. So the robot will rotate in a 360-degree turn. So that also we can do it as per requirement. So now moving ahead over here. So these are like sensor we can interface with the motor, like this one is an ultrasonic sensor. Previously also we have discussed. So it will work based on ultrasonic sound wave like this. So you can calculate any object distance and that you can interface it. That is the properties of ultrasonic sensor, that we can use it for different applications. So that is a LDR sensor, that also sometimes we are going to use it for detection of light. If we want to run that robot during the night only, so we can make that kind of algorithm and we can mount some sensor over there. Those work on the during night time. So that also we can use it. This one is a PIR sensor. So that PIR sensor we have discussed previously. So that we can connect it like this. And this one is a temperature sensor. If we want to measure temperature in some specific applications, then we can use that temperature sensor also. Now coming back to that control logic and this motor driver circuit. So I'm just going to share with you motor driver circuit. So we can make it also using that motor driver directly. So let me share with you previously made circuit so that you can get familiar about it. Yes. So this one is a motor driver circuit. So over there, how we have made the connection over there. So two motor is being used. So let it get open. So two motor is being get used over there. One left hand side, second is right hand side motor. This one is a motor driver IC. All the circuit that I have shown you, the same circuit, we have just deployed it over there. We have added external power supply, 5 volt, or you can use 12 volt also, and two motor we have mounted it over there like this. And this one is the external battery that we have used, 9 volt battery. So over there, now you can see 4 control signal we are giving it from the Arduino. 4 pin we are using, that is 4 5 6 7. And this one LDR also we have mounted, like if we want to run this robot during the night only, so we can run it over there using this light, the sensor conditions. So the code we can write it in a graphical way like this. So if we want to make obstacle detection robot, so let me remove this one sensor and I'm going to make this robot obstacle detection robot. So for making obstacle detection robot, what we have to do it over there, we have to use one sensor, that is the ultrasonic sensor or PIR sensor. So I'm going to use over here ultrasonic sensor. So ultrasonic sensor, we are going to mount it and we are going to connect it. So ground wire should be connected with the ground. So let me do some color coding over there so that you can visualize it. That is power, red. This one wire is ground. So I'm not going to share with you that how that circuit is being made, because there is a lot of confusion over there when we are going to do it, because the breadboard, you might be some participants don't aware about the breadboard, their connections. That's why directly previously made circuit I'm going to use it. So these two wiring I'm using it. One is for red for positive and black for negative. So when we are going to make a robot, by default we will get complete assembled circuit of this L293 ICs. So right now we just tested it over there how it will work. So after that what we have to do it, we can write code over here. For this, first of all, let me do connection. So ground wire should be connected with the ground. So this one is a ground and this one is a power. Power should be connected with a 5 volt. So this one is a 5 volt wire. Then after that this one is a signal. Signal wire should be connected with digital pin. So any digital pin you can use it for reading ultrasonic sensor. So we are using 10 number pins. So let me make it orange or orange color wire. So we have mounted ultrasonic sensor with this simple motor driver. So we want to make an obstacle detection robot. If any object is coming in front of the robot, robot should stop. So that we are going to make it. That logic we are going to implement it over there. So let's see how we can do it. So for that, what I'm going to do it over here, I'm going to write code for this. So go to the coding. So the simple if condition we have used. So in replacement of read analog pin, we have to use read digital pin. Go to the input because we are using ultrasonic sensor. Take ultrasonic sensor block directly and we can insert it. And we can set range also over there, the distance range. So for that, let me move it right hand side. Pin number we are using it, that is 10 number pin. And then after that the distance we are going to use it, you can make it greater than less than equal to. So I'm going to make that is 200. If the distance is less than 200 centimeter, so what should be the outcome over there? Robot should be stopped. So we want that robot should be stopped if this condition gets satisfied. So this one condition is for forward. So let me make it reverse logic. Less than should be replaced with greater than. If the distance is greater than equal to 200, robot will go forward. So this one is a code for forward, high, low, low, high. So that logic we have used, that is for moving forward. And if the condition not satisfy, if distance is less than 200, so motor will be stopped. All the pins are low. So that we are going to do it. So start simulation and let's see how it will work. So now you can see both motor are stopped, both motor are not working. So click over there. So the distance is 113. So now you can see distance is more than 200 and you can see motor is running, both motor is running. If you are able to see it, this one is also running, this one is also running, this one is running clockwise and this motor is running anti-clockwise directions. So now over here, so the both motor are working. As any object is coming closer to my robot, so you can see it now. Motor will be get stopped. Both motor get stopped. Robot get stopped. So again, if any object moving away from the robot, robot will start running forward and it will go forward straight forward. So again, if there is any object is coming, so robot will come back. So robot will get stop over there, that you can see it. So in that way you can make simple robot and all the algorithm you can check it, and same thing you can deploy it on the Arduino hardware. Like this one is a code, and if I want to deploy this code on the hardware, so what I have to do it, I have to go to block plus text, and this one code I can copy it, and that after making copy of this code, you can paste this code in Arduino software, and that code we can deploy it and we can upload it on the hardware. But after uploading code on the hardware, we have to make that motor driver circuit also, and then after that we have to our robot will start working over there in a smooth way, so that we can do it easily over there. So now uploading is done. So that is the step to uploading any code on the hardware or running any code on the hardware in a very simple way that can be done. Now moving ahead over here, so that is simple motor driver, you can make it, and any kind of autonomous robot you can make it. So right now we have just added one algorithm over there. You can add multiple algorithm over there for different applications. So moving ahead over here. So this one is simple, like whatever code you are going to do it, whatever circuit you are going to make it over there, you can deploy it on the hardware. Now I'm going to introduce you one more platform. Over there you cannot do it simulation directly. You can design your customized mobile app and you can control your robot using mobile app, using mobile phone. So how you can do it and how you can deploy it on the hardware, so that I'm just going to share with you the tool. So for that I'm just going to open with you one more tool. The name of the tool is Remote XY. So you can search it on the Google with the name of Remote XY and you can open this tool. So this is a Remote XY tool that we are going to use it. So that is free. So no need to pay anything over there in a Remote XY tool. So that is free of cost. So whatever tool I shared with you all are open source. So you no need to pay anything for that. So first of all, you have to go to the editor. So in an editor, you will find the mobile platform of designing mobile app. So if you are going to make a mobile control robot, so you can make it like this, and this one is a joystick. So using that joystick, you will able to run it, able to deploy your code over there, and that code you can deploy it on the hardware also. After deploying that code on the hardware, you have to install that mobile app, and a few steps you have to follow it over there. I will share with you that how you can go ahead with it. You can use button also to on off that robot. You can use switch also over there. You can use slider also over there. And if you are going to connect RGB LED or light over there with the robot, that also you can control it using this one. That also can be done over there. So then after that, you will able to see it over here. Few more things, that is indicators. Some indicators like LED indicators, RGB indicators, and then battery level. All these things also you can indicate it over there. So I'm just going to start over here new project. So over there, how you can configure it and how you can use this tool, that we are going to discuss over there. So let's see how it will work. So for that, first of all, we are going to start with the button. So in this option, so over there one is a view. In a view, you can see how you want to see the mobile app view. You're designing customized mobile app for controlling a robot, or you can control your home appliance also using that, using Arduino and all that. So you can use both view. So over there you can select horizontal or vertical. So I'm going to design my app. So I'm using two buttons right now, on and off switch, like this. So after that, you can change configuration also over there. You can increase their size, you can decrease their size, that also you can do it. And then after that, you can go ahead with it. And then you can select pin number also, that which pin you want to control it using this button in the Arduino board. So I'm going to select this one. So over there is option of snap to pin. Select over there any digital pin, you can select it. So I'm going to select 11 number pin, and from this button I'm going to select 12 number pin. So 11 and 12 number pin in my Arduino board, I'm going to control it using this one. So let's see how we can control it. So for that, what we are going to do it, so two things we have configured it over here. Then we have to go to the configurations. So in the configuration, we have to select Bluetooth. We are going to control robot using mobile Bluetooth. So we have to select Bluetooth, and we have to select Arduino Uno board. Bluetooth module should be this one, and Arduino software. Then go to the module interface. how you are going to interface your module. So select over here hardware serial, and then after that baud rate should be 9600. That is broadcasting rate or communication port. Over there you are going to connect Bluetooth. So that is Bluetooth communication baud rate. So this setup we did it, and after that we have to see over here this orientation. So over there also you can do adjustment of your buttons, so how it should be look like, so that you can control it easily. So I want to increase size of this one. So after that all the setup is done, all the configuration is being done. So when we have to select Bluetooth, how you can select it, you will select connection, Bluetooth board, module, ID, how you get it. So for that click over there and you will see the properties of all these setup. You can use Wi-Fi module also, and you can control your robot using IoT also. That also can be done over there. So now I'm going to apply it. So all the setup is done. Module interface also we did it. Then we have to go to the get source code. So this one code we have to generate it over there. So source code we are going to get it over there. So after getting source code, what we have to do it, these 6 steps we have to follow it. First of all, download the source code. So code will be generated automatically. This one is Arduino code. So that code you have to copy it and paste it in the Arduino hardware. No need to do anything else over there. Just you have to copy it and paste that code in the hardware. So that code we can paste it over there in the hardware. Yes, so that code we are going to paste it. So you can copy this code and you can paste it. So this one code I'm going to copy it, and that code you have to paste it in the Arduino software. So this one is my Arduino software. Over there you can paste your new code and you can verify this code. Your code will work fine over there. So compiling is going on. After compilation you have to upload that code in a hardware. For that I'm having one basic kit. Over there I have connected my AC supply. AC supply mean I have connected one relay or home appliance I have connected over there, so that we are going to control it over here. So let's see how we can control it. So that appliance we are going to control it. Wait for a second. I'm just going to connect it. So let me share with you in the camera the hardware, how it will look like. So over there in the hardware that you can see it, this one is my Arduino board that I'm going to use it, and this one is the AC bulb that we have connected it, and one Bluetooth module that we are going to use it, that is this one Bluetooth module, this one. So for that what I'm going to do, for powering this AC bulb we are using that separate two wire, one is red and one is black. And first of all we have to upload code over here in this Arduino board. I'm just going to remove that Arduino cable and I'm going to connect it with this one so that I can program it. So after programming it we are going to upload code, and after that we will able to control using mobile app. So I'm just going to share with you that how you can control it using mobile app. So I'm going to upload code. So first of all select port is COM11. So that port we are going to select it. That port we are going to select it and we are going to run it. So let's see how it will work. So uploading done, compiling, let it upload. So we are going to upload code over there in the hardware. Okay, so after doing this, uploading is done. Now we have to connect that Bluetooth. Bluetooth is already connected, just 2 pins we have to connect it. So those pins also I have connected it with my hardware. Now what we have to do, we have to go to the mobile phone. So I'm just going to share with you my mobile screen over here. So in the mobile screen, what I'm going to do it, I'm going to use that mobile app. First of all, you have to go to the Play Store. Let me do brightness reduce. Okay, now I think that is visible. So first of all, we have to go to Play Store and we have to install Remote XY app. Remote XY app, we have to search it on the Play Store, and over there you will find the app. First one, Arduino Control Remote XY app. So this one app we have to open it. So I opened it, installed it, and after installing it, you have to open it. So after opening it, over there you will find like this empty window, you will find it. So click on that plus button at the right hand side, plus button. Now it will shows like this. So it's showing that Bluetooth, how you are going to connect it. Select Bluetooth and turn on that Bluetooth, that we are going to turn it on. And after that you will be able to see the Bluetooth device over here. Now this one is SC06, that is my hardware Bluetooth that we are going to connect it with mobile. So now this one is get paired. So whatever mobile app we have designed, that is visible over here in the hardware. So now the bulb is not turning on right now. Why? Because we have not powered it with the AC supply. So I'm going to power my bulb with my AC supply. So I'm going to connect it with the AC supply. Wait for a second. So I'm going to power it with my AC supply. Okay, so now I powered it with my this bulb with the AC supply. The bulb I powered it with the AC supply. So now what we have to do it, using this mobile app, we have to control it. So there is a button in my mobile app. I'm going to make it on, off. Bulb is not turning on. Let me check their wiring. So I think that bulb is fused right now. So bulb is right now not working. So the relay sound is coming over here. It shows that bulb is turning on and off. It will work in the same way. So you are just turning it on. Sound is coming, that is relay sound. So this one is for any other pin we are connecting over here with this board. So right now we are using only one relay like this. So in that way you can control your home AC appliance also, and same way you can design your mobile app using robot control. You can use for that joystick, and you will be able to control your complete robot using mobile phone, using Bluetooth module. So that Bluetooth you can connect it and you can use it. Okay, so now what we are going to do, that is simple basic thing I have discussed over there. One hardware tool that I have discussed over here, that is Remote XY, and over there you can no need to write any single line of code. Just you have to go to the editor and you have to do few setup over there, and you will be able to do it. So all the editing you can do it over there. If you want to control robot, you can take this joystick and few setup you can do it, and you will be able to control that robot also. So there is many more functionality over here. You can control robot using Wi-Fi also. You can control robot using IoT also. So that is up to your requirement, that how you want to control that particular robot over there. So that can be done easily over there. So now we are moving ahead with it. Yes, so now we are going to talk about MATLAB. If we want to control a robot or Arduino board, so our robot will be based on the Arduino board. If you want to control it using MATLAB, how you can do it? So for that I'm going to use MATLAB, and with the help of that I'm going to connect Arduino hardware, and how you can program it using MATLAB and Simulink, that we are going to discuss. And after that I will discuss with you that how you can control your robot using LabVIEW also. So these are latest research tool, so that you can use it to integrate with your hardware. So now I'm going to open the MATLAB. So for MATLAB you no need Arduino software, directly using MATLAB you will able to control it. So let it get open, but the disadvantage of MATLAB is that is licensed software is required, or pirated you can use it, but you need a license for that, for using MATLAB. And second thing is that is heavy software, you need a good computer also, and it will take some time also for communicating or deploying code on the Arduino hardware. So let it get open, and after that we are going to deploy it over there in the hardware, because it takes a lot of time to open it, and after that because it's a very heavy software. So now that is being get opened. So first of all, when we are going to use MATLAB, so over there you have to go to the Simulink. In a Simulink you will be able to use it directly. So but before doing anything, you have to go with add-ons. So you have to add on some package over there. So when we are going to integrate MATLAB with the hardware or with the Arduino board, so for that what we have to do, we have to go to Arduino hardware support package. So from there you have to install Arduino support package for a MATLAB. That you have to install it, then only you will able to run it. That is very important. So over there you will able to search like legacy MATLAB and Simulink support package for Arduino. That also you can use it. This one is a Simulink support package for the Arduino hardware, and this one is a MATLAB support package for Arduino hardware. So this one is for deployment of the code. If you are going to deploy the code in the hardware, then you can use this one. If you want to deploy code in the Arduino using Simulink, then you can use this one package. If you want to control that Arduino board in a real time, so you can use this one legacy package, so that also you can use it. And if you are going with the Raspberry Pi or camera, if you want to control it, or ultrasonic sensor you want to integrate it, so these are some more advanced packages that you can add it over there. So if any data logger, if you want to make it using sensor and LEDs using Arduino board, so that also you can make it. So if you are going to make some drone package, that also you can make it. There are some specific drone that you can use it. And if you want to interface your mobile phone with the MATLAB, that also you can do it. That is one support package you have to add on, and after that you will be able to fetch all the mobile sensor data in the MATLAB also. Those are MATLAB things. So but over here we are going to talk about MATLAB support package for Simulink, and MATLAB that Arduino support package for Simulink, and Arduino support package for MATLAB. So that we are going to discuss. So that is already installed over here, legacy package, and this one is not installed, Simulink. So this one is installed over there. So I'm going to open it. So any example I'm going to take it over here. Basic example for encoder, connected board, model examples. You will find it input output. Arduino demo. Yes. So there are a few example over there for reading Arduino board, and over there we can run those example and we can execute it. So let me go back. Let me install one more support package of Arduino, that is Simulink support package for Arduino. So that also we can install it. So over there what we can do it after installing those packages. For installing those packages you have to do sign up over there in a MathWork account, and after that you will able to install it easily. So those packages you can install it. So it is asking about account, password. I think I'm not remembering. Okay, later on I will do it. So I have already one package. That package we can use it. So now for that you have to do sign up over there, and after that you will able to install that package. And now I'm going to close this one, and this one is my MATLAB. So over there you can use any variable. A is equal to Arduino. It's saying that add-on support package for Arduino is not there. So this one is over there, Arduino M. Wait for a second, I'm just going to open some basic example so that you can get familiar about it. Read M. Yeah, this one is a simple code for reading Arduino. So simply you have to use some commands like comport. You are going to read it. So these commands you have to use it, and you will be able to read the code. So it's saying that add-on explorer you have to install that required support package. So that support package is being get required for running that code. And in the same way in a Simulink also you can open that Simulink, and over there also you will find it. Let me open that Simulink. Simulink. Over there also we can use it. So right now we are not able to execute any code due to support package that is required, because we have used different support package over here. So example, new, let me start new blank model, and over there in the libraries you will find their support package detail. If you have installed any support package, so you will find their detail over there. So let it get open, and after that I'm going to open some code of Simulink. So that is the disadvantage of those big tools, because those are taking a lot of time for simulation purpose. So like when we are going to simulating anything or something like that, you need good configuration computer, and also it take time, because right now we are going to open this one. So over there is I'm going to open library. In the library you will find support package like Simulink support package for Arduino. So right now we have not added Simulink support package. Robot system toolbox, Arduino input output library. That library we can use it for just reading some variable. That is also not opening. Let me close it, open it again. Servo read blink LED. So this one is a simple code that is in a Simulink for turning LED on and off. So that we are going to do it. So this one is a Simulink model. So that we are going to use it. Over there, what we have to do it, we have to connect Arduino board with the with this. So I'm going to connect Arduino board. So I have connected Arduino board with my computer. So this one is Arduino board, you can see in the camera. So that Arduino board I connected with my computer. Now my MATLAB is running in my computer. So let me show over here. So this one is my Simulink model. So over there, what we are going to do it, we are going to give output on 13 number. Right now our board is connected on 12, mean LED is connected in the board, that is on the 12 number pin. We can select it and Arduino variable, that is okay, and apply. Okay, clear parameters. Okay, so it's showing that over here we have to set up, we have to do it. Error data MATLAB in export package Arduino is right. Mask parameter is not available over there. Okay, so over there we can give our logic like high low, whatever logic we want to run it over here. That is Arduino setup. Temporary Arduino board is over there, Arduino one, that you can take it.
Sorry.
That is cool.
In case of processing department, ചോദിക്കാൻ പറഞ്ഞത് ഏതാണ് ഈ processing department? Accounts ആണോ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചത്?
So over there you can use COM port, which one COM you are going to use it, like COM 76 or 74, which one we are going to use it, that we have to select it and we have to run it. So right now we are not having installed that package, so I'm just going to check it out if it is work, so that we can check it out. So after that you can run that simulation. As you are going to run the simulation, if that package is being get installed, so that will start
Ajay Kodra ji, your voice. Ajay Kodra ji, stuck हो गया. Hello. Dear participants, please be kindly wait. Due to some technical problems, that speaker was exited. Kindly wait few minutes. Again, he will be rejoined. Dear participants, please can you wait? Just now we communicated to the speaker. He will rejoin within 2 minutes.
Sorry for many software we have opened it because the MATLAB is very heavy software. That's why my connection got disconnected. And
Okay, Ajay. Okay.
so
Okay.
let's continue over here. So we were discussing about MATLAB earlier. So in the MATLAB, you need a sport package of Arduino, and after adding that sport package, you will be able to control it easily. Now we are going to discuss about that LabVIEW. So first of all, you have to open that LabVIEW software. That is also licensed software, and I'm just going to open it. So after opening it, you have to start your new project. So simply new project I have started, and over there you can make your block diagram. So you graphically you can make your block diagram. I'm just going to take few example. So when we are going to use Arduino, when we want to control Arduino software, for that what we have to do it, we have to go to that VI package manager, that is part of LabVIEW. If we have to add any software or we have to remove any software, for that we have to use a VI package manager over there. So now I'm going to open VI package manager, and over there we have to install sport package for the Arduino for LabVIEW. So these sport packages are very important. So that I'm going to open it over here. So the VI package manager is being get started. And over there you have to add on the sport package of Arduino with LabVIEW. So now you can see that VI package manager is being get opened over there. So in the VI package manager, you will get all the installed software in a LabVIEW. So that also you will get it, and also you will able to add over there any new add-on package that you can add it over there. So over there you can see LabVIEW interface for the Arduino that is already installed. You can search it over there. So there is two way with the help of that you can integrate LabVIEW with the hardware or with the Arduino board. So there is one directly you can use LabVIEW interface that we are going to call it LIFA, and you can use Maker Hub also. That is very easy to interface. So you can search over here Maker Hub if you're having MATLAB, sorry, that LabVIEW. So Maker Hub you can search it, and after that you can Maker Hub. So that is already the tool, you have to install it, and if you want to uninstall that also you can do it. There is option of uninstall, that is already installed. So after installing it you can close this VI package manager, and you have to go to your LabVIEW, and over there you will find Maker Hub. In a Maker Hub you have to go to the Linux and go to the help. So you will find more detail about Maker Hub over here like this. So how you have to get started, everything you will find it. So let me go back over here. Yes, right now help, and over there in a help you will find some examples. So you will find examples. So I'm going to take some example of Maker Hub. So inbuilt example you will find it. Many inbuilt example is over there. So you can search it over here, and I'm going to search Maker Hub. So this one is a Maker Hub. So you will find plenty of example. So first of all we are going to use example of read analog. So if you want to read any analog value in the Arduino board, how you can read it real time. So I'm going to read this one. So open it. So this one project I'm going to open it over here. That is being get open like this. So you can read any analog sensor value from the Arduino hardware on this MATLAB direct in LabVIEW directly. Sorry, I'm just calling it MATLAB. That is LabVIEW. So in the LabVIEW, what we have to do, you have to select your COM port. So that is 76, COM 76, and this one is a channel number, that is A0 pin. From A0 pin, we are going to read it. So wait for a second.
Ajay 3, your voice is not coming. Dear participants, please kindly wait. We are communicating to the Ajay Godra sir due to some technical problems.
Okay, sorry for inconvenience. There was some
Okay.
electricity down.
Right, thank you.
So that we can do it. Now what we are going to do it, we are going to deploy this one on the hardware. So let me start it. So this one is the option to run it. So run it. So error is coming over there. COM port error is coming. So how to resolve it? Make it continue, stop it. Remove it. So Arduino board, I'm going to remove it and going to connect it again. Then you can see COM port. So go to the device manager. Over there you will find COM port. So that COM port that we are going to see it, COM 76. Same COM port we have used over there. Again we can run it. So if you want to see the schematic behind that, so you can type Control E. You will able to see the schematic behind that. That schematic over there, you can see that we are going to take input. This one is a block that is being used for communicating with the LabVIEW, and Over there, this one is a block for reading data, and these are for troubleshooting and all that. So we are going to run it out and we are going to check it out. Where is the error? So that we are going to do it. So now error is coming over here in this COM port. So let me close it. So all the project that we have opened, that we have to close it in the lab view. And let me close this one also. Close it, cancel, close it and open it again. So again I'm going to open that lab view project. So simply project we are going to use it, read channel 1 and select COM port. COM76 automatically it's showing, and then we can run it. So let's see, is it working or not? So it will take some time to deploy that code on the hardware. Yes, some issue is coming over there. What is that issue? That is very important to understand. So when we are doing it first time with the hardware, one more important thing that we have to do it. What is that? Go to this component tools, Maker Hub, Linux, and there is one option of Linux firmware wizard that we have to use it. Linux firmware wizard. So in this firmware wizard, what we have to do it, we have to select Arduino board, device type Arduino Uno, serial port that is USB communications. Next, then we have to select COM port. Next, upload firmware. Next. So this one is very important. So we are going to upload any code in the Arduino. That code will make it compatible to communicate with this LabVIEW software. So this one is very important. So that we did it over here. After that, we can go to finish. So this one is very important. Otherwise, you will able to find that 5003 error. So again, now what we are going to do it, we are going to run it. So we are going to read any sensor data over here in this lab view. Now you can see data is coming. So in the hardware, what I'm going to do it, as I will connect any sensor over there with the analog pin. So all the data we will able to see it. So I'm going to use one shield over here. So the shield we are going to use it. You can see over here in the camera.
Ajay Godradi, you are mute on mic.
So when we are going to do over here, like these are basic project that we have seen over there. So if we are going with the some more projects, so many projects you will find it over there. And one more thing is over there that when we are going to make customized graphical code, that also we can make it over here. So what I'm going to do it over here, I'm going to take few more example, create new project, and I'm going to open few more example over here. So for that, let me start new project, blank, that is blank project. So over there in the help, you can go find example. So over there in a maker hub, blink simple, blink advanced, blink simple LED. So this one I'm going to take it. LED, okay, that we have already done it. So let me go with another one. Lab view, maker hub, find example. So there is many more projects, like if you want to control RGB LED, that also you can control it. So RGB LED, you will able to see their color also, their range also, and black color also. Whatever color you want to set it, that will be get displayed on the output in the camera. So now I'm going to run this project. For that, select comport. It is saying already used. So when we are going to run it, you will get error over there. And then after that, there is RGB LED also in my hardware. So that LED is on pin number 9 to 11. So RGB LED is on pin number 9 to 11. That you can see it. This one is a RGB LED. So 9 to 11 pin we have to set it and we have to use it. So pin number 9, 11. So 9, 10, 11 we have to use it. The color we can select it accordingly. So as per your colors. So now we can run it. So this one we are running it. So my code is running now. So as I will increase over there, you can see the color is changing. Blue color is, green color is increasing right now, but we are changing red. So we can change that pin number. Red we have to change with green. So over there we can make it 10, 9, 11. 9, 11, we can stop it and we can run it again. So now this one is 9 number. Continue it, start it again. So over there, as we are going to increase it, red again, green is changing. As we are doing green, so red is changing on the hardware. As we are doing it, white or blue color is changing over there. So that you can see it over there in the hardware. So RGB color is changing. As I'm going to make all color, so you will get different color. So whatever color you are getting it, that is visible over there also. If you are changing one color, you are getting this color like this. So there is some deviation over there in a color because the pin number is different over there. So let me make it 11, 9, 10. Red. This one we can take it red. Okay, this one we have to move it towards 9, 11. Yes. Green. Okay, so anyway, that color adjustment can be done over there easily, and over there we can add it like this. So whatever we want to control in a real time using that lab view, that we can control it easily. So over there you can visualize it, and when we are going to talk about their circuit or their block diagram, that also you can visualize it in the lab view in a graphical way that you can do it. And one more thing you can do it over here, there is this highlighted executions. So when we are going to run your code, so you will able to see it step by step, where is my error is coming. So that you can troubleshoot it also, like I'm just going to run it. So you can see my code is right now over here, now over here. As my code will enter in a loop, you will able to see it step by step. So now there is some error over here, so there is some communication error. So error is going over here in the next, we can stop it. Again we can start it. The error that is coming, that is 5003, that is COM port error, nothing else. So now it is working now, okay. So my code is running smoothly over there, and the output is coming over there also in the hardware. So as I will change few modification over there, so same thing is being get visible in the hardware also. But now it is very slow. Why it is so? Because we are going to visualize it. So as we are going to stop it, so it will run in a very fast rate. You can see loop rate, and as we are just running it that highlighted mode, so loop is running very slow over there, that you can see it. So if you want to run it in real time with more accuracy, you can untick it, and then you will able to see it. The changes you are going to do it, that it will work on the hardware also. So that you can do it over there in that way. So that we have discussed about it, that how you can deploy any code on the hardware using LabVIEW. So LabVIEW also can be used, and MATLAB also can be used. In same way you can use Raspberry Pi board also. For using Raspberry Pi board also you can make your projects over there. So I'm just going to share with you LabVIEW also, sorry, that Raspberry Pi also, and how you can use it. So wait for a second. So for Raspberry Pi, so how that Raspberry Pi look like that? So first I'm just going to share with you and how you can use that Raspberry Pi. That is very important to use it. That I'm just going to share with you. So this one is Raspberry Pi. You can see in the camera. So that is Raspberry Pi. So Raspberry Pi is a small computer on a chip. So that Raspberry Pi also you can integrate it with your MATLAB also. You can integrate with the LabVIEW also, and you can make your project uh, easily over there. So that project can be made on the hardware, like if you want to control a robot. So that Raspberry Pi is being used in an advanced application based robot, like you are going to launch any rover in a rover over there. So like you are sending on the Mars or somewhere else, and you need a fast processing robot. So for that you can use that Raspberry Pi, that can be work over there. So in a Raspberry Pi, you just have to add one memory card over there, and after that you can just connect power supply, and you can run that Raspberry Pi, and over there you can control their GPIO pin also, and on those GPIO pins, these are GPIO pins over here. So on those GPIO pins, you can mount your motor drivers, and you can control your robot using IoT also, because in the Raspberry Pi there is that specific, when we talk about Wi-Fi is also there, Bluetooth is also there. So let me share with you a quick overview about Raspberry Pi so that you can get familiar about it. Yes. So this one is the Raspberry Pi over here, that you can see it. So in the Raspberry Pi over there, you will able to see this one is a small credit card size computer. So it will look like this, that you can see it. That is Raspberry Pi. So in the Raspberry Pi, like if you are going to make for advanced application, then you can go with the Raspberry Pi. Otherwise, Arduino is enough for making any kind of robot that you can make it, and you can integrate it. When we talk about industrial robot, those are being controlled using PLC. So when we talk about industrial robot, those are being controlled using PLC, and in some robot, the microcontroller is being also used. So that controller can be made it compatible with the PLC also. That also can be controlled using that. But in some specific robots, over there are inbuilt or there are customized microcontroller, and their software is also customized. They are going to use their customized software also. So that depend upon different requirement. So these are open source tool. You can use Raspberry Pi also. You can use Arduino also. So you can use that Raspberry Pi for multiple application for acquiring different data, and you can integrate those data with the mobile robot applications. So these are input output pin in a Raspberry Pi, that also you can control it. So these are essential things, those are required with a Raspberry Pi. So using those input and output, so like you need a power supply also, you need a keyboard also, you need a mouse also, and one memory card also required with this Raspberry Pi. So you can set it first time. So for that you need a memory card with their Raspbian operating system. Bootable memory card is required, and then after that you can run it. So these are operating system that you can use it with the Raspberry Pi, Raspbian, and these are GPIO pin in a Raspberry Pi. These pins also you can use it. So now these are few more resources for that Raspberry Pi. Now I'm going to sum up this session. So if any participant having any doubt in the future also, so these are my contact details. And if any participant having any kind of doubt right now, so that can be asked right now over here also. So these are my contact details. So if any participant having any kind of doubt, any kind of queries,
Yeah, now I'm requesting the participants, if you have any doubt, please kindly ask the speaker.
Sir, I'm Pramoda. Sir, yours was a very enormous, having great volume of information. So it is the thing is that I also feel that unless we work it out, there is no point. The doubts are all the sense that you have shown a lot of volume of work, and it also requires for us to combine the MATLAB and the Raspberry Pi and the LabVIEW and all that, sir. I think it will take a few months to learn. Am I right, sir? It is a big, enormous volume of work.
Yeah.
So
that is right. But for that, you should know that how you have to integrate these things. Like if you are going to build some project in a MATLAB, and if you want that, I want to deploy it in a real-time hardware, in a robot or in any other application. So you are having some clue that yes, you can use Arduino board and you can integrate it with the LabVIEW. At that time when it is needed, then definitely you will learn it about that how you have to interface it. So that overview is highly needed, that I try to share over here, that overview of that MATLAB also, that LabVIEW also, and using Tinkercad also, using directly coding also in the Arduino, that also you can do it.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Because now my doubts are so many that I cannot ask you. I will just contact you when
I said
we
my
start building.
details, you can feel free to contact anytime. So I will be happy to help you out.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, participant. Any other participant, please? Yeah, any participant? I'm requesting any participant, if you have any doubts, please kindly ask the question to the speaker. You can directly interact with the speaker.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
Nasiruddin sir here from Anjuman College of Engineering and Technology. Sir, Ajay sir, please share the links, URLs of the softwares that is to be downloaded. if possible.
Yeah, that I will share with the coordinator, and then you will able to access.
And one more thing, we need the this presentation. Uh, Coordinators are requested to please share these particular presentations in group WhatsApp group, if possible.
Yeah, that I will share with the coordinator, and then definitely coordinator will share with you. So no need to worry about the presentation.
And it's a very nice session, very informative session, but no doubt it is very time constraint is there. It is not possible each and everything that is to be covered in this particular short span. But you explained it, sir, very nicely, step by step. Yes,
Thank you.
thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you very much.
Any other participant? Thank you, sir. Any other participant? Okay, any other participant?
Sir, we will get the video of this thing.
Yeah, definitely, sir. After the completion of program, we are posting in the YouTube.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Ajay Godra ji.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can let. Okay, now I am requesting to the program coordinator, Professor P. Venkatraman, sir, kindly share a few words about the session.
Godra ji.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Godra ji, you covered well all the topics which are relevant to robot programming, especially coding part you have covered well. Excellent demo covering all coding aspects of robots, which are very much useful before fabrication of the robots. Thank you, and share your valuable expertise with our participants, especially Arduino board, coding and all. Really, it is very much useful session. Our participants felt happy on gaining of the knowledge store. Thank you. In spite of your busy schedule, you have accepted our invitation and gave 2 sessions today. Definitely, it will add value to our FDP. Thank you, Godraji. I will be in touch with you afterwards.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ajay Godra ji. I will call you at evening. Right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, participants. Tomorrow we'll meet again. వినిపిస్తా ఉంది